My name is Douglas Osoro. This is my wife, Betsy Osoro. And we've been going to the quarry for about a year in person. During COVID, we watched online for almost a year.
Yeah, so God has always been a part of my life. From a young age, I was raised in faith. And in middle school, one weekend, my favorite teacher and my best friend were killed on the same day. And I was rocked. So I finally returned to school, and they knew I was coming. And an evangelical youth pastor greeted me at the door and brought me into the office and just counseled me and loved me and witnessed to me and read from Revelation the description of heaven and where both Ashley and Mrs. Anderson were. And we knew that, and we had confidence in that. And that day, I gave my life to the Lord, and I started a personal relationship with Jesus. So I started going to the evangelical youth group and just grew in my faith and was challenged and excited. So I went to a Christian college. And at Christian college, I was just under attack. And so hit a really low point of my life and decided I was going to try to take my life. And man, I was just like covered with angels and so many powerful people that held on to me. Through that, rededicated my life and just really came to understand what my identity was and what my faith was. But God made room for me when I did not think there was a room for me at all. I found fullness and so much life, and then this guy.
I come from a very dynamic background. My mom comes from a Muslim family. My dad comes from a Christian family. So when I came to the U.S., whether it was Christianity or Islam, I had to make that my own. That was a journey. I struggled with sin, just, a young 20-year-old in America, no support, no family, no friends. Through that journey, I just learned to rely more on Christ. Every time I fell, the only anchor I had was Christ, and he would bring me back and bring me back. And then somewhere along the journey, I came to Minnesota, fell off the path again, and then I met a wonderful man called Russ, who has been mentoring me for almost 7 years. And he walked me through scripture, through prayer, through forgiveness, and I started owning my faith. And then when I met Betsy, we started walking that journey together. But even with the two stories, the theme that I keep going back to is, Christ always has room for us. Even when we think he doesn't have room, or even when we walk away, doesn't matter how long, and come back, he always has room for us. I wouldn't be where I am today in my faith if it wasn't for a community of people that surrounded me, that prayed for me, starting with my family. And that's what church is about. It's community.
Coming from the place where you feel like you're at rock bottom and you literally have no one, like the enemy is so powerful. And he's going to lie to you, and he's going to tell people that they're alone and that there's no room for you and that nobody even notices. Christ notices, and Christ will have people that see you and that will surround you, and he's prepared room for you. And there's so much goodness to be had. I have a family that I never would have ever experienced.
God is in the business of people. Like, he always makes room for people. He's always reaching out to us, urging us. Surround yourself with community, with people that love Christ, that will walk that journey with you. so that we strengthen each other along the way.
Yes.